Hello everyone and welcome back to Lebanon, Ohio. Once again, it is Tuesday now at this World Ultimate Club Championships. We're getting ready right now as Boston Brute Squad set to receive, facing off against Toronto 6ixers. Two Northeast teams competing against each other in the Northeast. Both undefeated so far in this tournament, 5-0. Winning their pools yesterday, going 4-0 in each of them, and winning their first game of their power pool. So both teams looking to stay undefeated here. Amber Sinecrope fielding for Boston. Upfield to Claudia Tajima. Leanne Hoffman now at the disc. Hoffman, member of the World Games team for the United States a couple of years back, winning a gold medal there. Sinecrope now thought about taking a shot upfield. One of the captains of this Brute Squad team. Oh, excellent D. Nice heads-up play there. Toronto getting a chance for an early break. Molly Lewis knocking that one away. Jessica Chen picking up. Over to Lewis. Upfield with a chance into the end zone. And that's going to be a goal for Toronto. Crystal Dos Santos into the end zone. And that's a first break of the game. Brute Squad in trouble. And Toronto rolling early. That's an offense here. Toronto getting the early break. Going up 1-0 here over Brute Squad. These two teams know each other well. Met last year at the Northeast Regionals in the United States. Brute Squad winning in what was the first place game at Northeast Regionals. 15-8. Sixers beating New York Bent to take the second spot out of that region and go to U.S. Nationals. Brute Squad working it upfield now, I know. Hannah Henkin upfield. And Rhea. Now Alex Odie. Odie back around to Henkin. To Tajima. Hoffman coming underneath. Back to Tajima. Patient offense from Brute Squad right now, looking to get a hold and send their D line out there. Tajima upfield. Hoffman now swinging it all the way across and finding Erin Rhea in the end zone. Rhea, one of the World Club pickups for Brute Squad, getting the first goal of the game for Boston. 1-1 now. Brute Squad pulling here. A little bit of wind so far in this one, affecting some play. It's coming straight toward us, so right now Sixers tacking downwind. A pick call early on in this point. Sixers 5-0 on the weekend. First appearance of the World Club Championship. New squad as well. Created in 2016 after Capitals, the longtime competitor out of Canada in the Ottawa region. Shut down, decided that the team had enough. There's a collection of talent from a lot of different teams. The Sixers resets play. Cohen, a graduate from UNC, played her college days there. Since then was on the U23 Worlds team for the United States, taking a shot downfield. Cassie Wong unable to bring that one in. Very close to putting Brute Squad on the doorstep. It would have been an important upwind break. Sixers with another chance on offense now. Bobbled and brought in. Lee on the mark. Lodi, but Audrey brings it in. Yuchka Bardi. Audrey, hear her name a lot throughout this one for sure. One of the members of the Canada World Ultimate Beach Club Beach Championships team in 2017. Was also named the Canada Ultimate Championship MVP for 2017. She was a big part of Sixers winning its first ever Canadian national title. They go back to Beaudry here. Beaudry, just 20 years old, one of the young standouts on this team. Taking a shot downfield now in the area of Sarah Kidd. Kidd reading it, unable to bring it in. Cammie Groom of Boston knocking it away. Lauren Sadler in the area as well for Brute Squad. Sadler and Groom, two of the captains on this Brute Squad team, along with Amber Sinicrope. And of course, can't forget Leon Hoffman as well, one of the captains of this team, the 4 captains for Brute Squad. Cohen picking it up again. One of the few players on Brute Squad to play at the 2014 World Ultimate Club Championships. Attended that tournament with Wildcard, another Boston mixed team. Upfield, Angela Zhu laying out, unable to bring it in. Zhu coming close. Brute Squad back on D. Long O point here for 6ixers. Sixers into the red zone now. Innes now on the goal line. Kimura now, thought about going around. Stall count rising on Kimura as she looks to find a reset. Finds Sarah Marr and up to Beaudry into the end zone. A hold for Sixers, 2-1, Toronto leading. Anushka Beaudry punching that in for a Toronto Sixers goal. Beaudry, the 20-year-old, named the Breakout Player of the Year by Ulti World in the Women's Club Division last year. Had a sensational performance at Nationals, as Sixers ended up finishing tied for 9th. Could have been much higher, though. 3 different games out of the 4 that Sixers lost in the tournament were decided by just 1 point. Brute Squad back on O. Malinowski upfield, finding Jesse Grignon Tomas. Tomas upfield to Tajima. Tajima, former player on Tufts, leading EWO for a number of years there during her college career. Malinowski stall count running up to Tajima. Tajima on the goal line now. Sinicrope into some tight space. Layout attempt from Britt Dos Santos. Unable to get there. Sinicrope bringing it in. Tight spaces for Boston, but Brute Squad makes it 2-all. Amber Sinicrope on the goal there for Boston. Former member of the World Ultimate and Guts Championship team for the U.S. back in 2016 in London. Sixers back on O. Leading by a break early here. Fighting Sarah Kidd underneath. Now Kidd looking upfield. Jordan Maron laying out, unable to bring it in. Maron, another one of the captains on this Sixers team, coming inches away from saving possession there. Juliana Werfeli picks up now for Brute Squad. Chance for an upwind break here for Boston. Werfeli, former standout at Dartmouth, nominated for the Callahan this year by her teammates. Stalkite running for Rachel Kramer as she looks upfield for Werfeli. Excellent D from Toronto, getting possession back for the O-line. Upfield to Marin. Marin taking a shot downfield. Unbelievable layout, unable to bring it in. Sarah Bobak coming inches away from scoring an incredible goal downfield. Bobak, one of the players on the Canadian World Ultimate and Guts Championship squad, competing in London in 2016. Also played with the Canadian mixed team at the World Beach Championships last year. Sadler with the disc now for Boston. Back around to Werfeli. Pick call here. First call on this point for either team. Werfeli also a member of the U24 team that went and competed, won a gold medal against a lot of these players that are on the Sixers, playing for Canada, U24. A little bit short on the huck there from Allie Heath. Back to Werfeli, play on that U24 team, winning a gold medal. One of the stand-up players, a number of the Canadian players now featuring on Sixers. Toronto with another chance to hold. Beaudry now at the disc. High release backhand. Finding Bobak. Now up to Kidd again. Kidd back to Beaudry. Beaudry running the offense here in the early going. Bobak with the disc once again. Poaching the lane from Dobkin. Kidd into the end zone, laying out to make the grab. Great grab from Sarah Kidd for the goal. The rookie on 6ixers punching it in for Toronto. 6ixers leading 3-2 here. Coach Evan Johnson giving some final instructions to this defensive unit for 6ixers. Johnson, formerly the coach of the Toronto Rush, won a championship with the Rush back in 2014 in the AUDL. He and his wife, Carla DiFilippo, both coach this team. DiFilippo not making the trip out to Worlds, though. DiFilippo, a great player in her own right, back when she was on Capitals, the team that challenged in the U.S. for so long at Nationals, ended up making a run to the finals, losing to San Francisco Fury back in 2010. Brute Scott on offense once again, as Alex Odie comes underneath, takes a shot downfield, looking for Aaron Rea. Rea to the back corner of the end zone, just drifting out of play. Alex Odie's huck, just a bit too far for Rea. Odie, one of the rookies on this team. Longtime player for Portland Schwa, competing up in the Northwest before playing a year with Seattle Riot before moving out to Boston. Also a member of the U23 squad back in 2013 for the United States. Excellent D from Aaron Rea, gets it right back here for Brute Squad. Into the end zone for Rea. Rea with her second goal of the day. Tying it up now for Brute Squad, all at 3. Aaron Rea scoring the goal there for Boston Brute Squad. Her second goal of the game. Playing her college days at Middlebury. Now picking up with Brute Squad for these World Ultimate Club Championships. Tulsa Douglas set to pull here for Brute Squad. Douglas winning a national championship in the women's D3 division this year with St. Olaf. 6ixers picking up and swinging right away to Lauren Kimura. Kimura, one of the captains on this team. Formerly playing with Vancouver Traffic as well. Kidd into the end zone all by herself. Laying out of the back of the end zone, almost leaving her feet. Disc just sailing out of play. Kidd was all by herself in the end zone. And the throw from Jordan Maron just a little bit too far out of her reach. Kidd is a rookie on this team. Did play with Capitals before the team folded back in 2016. And actually scored a Callahan in the earlier game today for 6ixers against Russia's Brilliance. Allie Heath just hanging out of that one. A little bit of contact there from Baudry. Megan Wilson now with the disc, another rookie for this Brute Squad team. Back to Heath. And a push-off call here, a foul call by Baudry. Allie Heath touching the disc a lot early on in this point. Played for a year with Boston Wildcard back in 2013. Disc will go back to Megan Wilson here. Sarah Ennis on the mark. And Baudry, without even looking, knocking that one away. Instinct play from Baudry to get the D and put 6ixers on the goal line here with a chance to hold. Baudry going right through her hands there. Giving it right back to Brute Squad. Douglas racing to pick it up. Huge backhand fake. Poach block there from Maron. Baudry into the end zone. Hammer over the top into the end zone, just a little bit too far for Sarah Bobak. Kimura with the stall count rising, needed to find a place to put it and just put it over the reach of Bobak. Injury call here by Sarah Kidd. Kidd will walk off as Miriam Tingle races on to replace her. Tingle, part of the U24 squad that competed in Perth, Australia for Canada back in January. Checking into the game now for this 6ixers O-line. Tulsa Douglas once again picking up here for Brute Squad's offense. Matching up with Kimura. Up to Sydney Dobkin. Dobkin, a Worlds pickup as well. Played with the team previously, but will not be playing with the team after Worlds. Coach Ari Jackson said he's unsure where Dobkin will play the rest of her club season as Cami Groom breaks on the sideline, getting it to Sophia Holbert. Brute Squad with a chance to break back here, going upwind. Heath getting into their hands, some cheering from some Toronto fans in the background here. Holbert into the end zone, laying out as Verhollen unable to bring it in. Now the fans that are cheering on Toronto 6ixers just behind us are actually the men's team from Toronto, Toronto Goat, here on a bye at Worlds, cheering on the team. Anushka Beaudry calling a timeout for 6ixers as the team looks to settle down with a chance to hold down wind. 6ixers still on offense here, coming out of the timeout. Beaudry and Heath continuing to match up on what is slowly becoming a marathon point here for both teams. Game still tied at 3. Shot downfield, Beaudry into traffic, unable to complete the pass. Trying to find Tingle. Excellent D from Megan Wilson. Another call here. Look at another stoppage in play. Up to Heath. Beaudry closing down quickly, almost getting a D there. Some contact on the mark. A lot of calls here between Heath and Beaudry in the early going. Gonna get another call here, another stoppage in play. Boston Brute Squad finishing second in the U.S. last year, losing in the championship game to San Francisco Fury. Just by a point, what would have been its 3rd straight title in the United States. Another foul call between Heath and Beaudry. Two of them getting a little bit chippy early on. Disputes over who should be in whose space, and whether or not each player has been pushing off. Two players figured it out well. Now, Brute Squad not competing at the World Ultimate Club Championships back in 2014. Did make the trip in 2010, though. Getting back to Worlds for the first time in 8 years. Heath looking inside there for Cami Groom. Coming up short, though, on the throw, as Toronto will take over again on offense. Sarah Marr upfield. Finding Kimura. Kimura now with the disc, marked up by Tulsa Douglas. Back to Innes. Sarah Innes getting it back to Kimura. Kimura running this defensive unit so far, along with Anushka Beaudry. Beaudry taking a shot into the end zone. Looking for Tingle, and Tingle reels it in, capping off a very long O-point for 6ixers. To hold nonetheless, though, as Toronto leads 4-3. Toronto getting the gold there on what was a very long O-point, punching it in finally to make it 4-3. Excellent deep shot there from Beaudry in the area of Tingle. Tingle, another member of the U24 team. She competed at Perth, Australia for the Under-24 Championships back in January. along with Beaudry and several other teammates. Sadler laying out, Hannah Henkin laying out. Unable to save possession there for Brute Squad. Kinoshita now. Back to Dos Santos. Britt Dos Santos upfield. Finding her sister, Crystal Dos Santos. Britt, the younger of the two. A player on the rise, playing with the U20 team this upcoming year for Team Canada. On the goal line now is Juracek. Juracek looking inside, popping up in the air on an excellent play from Malinowski to knock it away. And Tajima comes down with it for Brute Squad. Jesse Grignon-Tomas coming underneath. Shot downfield now in the area of Malinowski. Malinowski going up, unable to get there though as Britt Dos Santos knocks it away. Dos Santos, a rookie on this Sixers team. Upfield to Kinoshita. Kinoshita, another captain, play on the U24 team back in Perth as well. Chen upfield to Dos Santos. In cut here from Jenna McLeod. Inside look back to Dos Santos. Would be another break here if Sixers could convert as Mally Lewis gets the disc. Breaks around to Dos Santos. Dos Santos slowing the offense down once again, settling back into a rhythm with Molly Lewis. Another chance for a break here. Will be the second of the game for Brute Squad. A foul call as the disc is locked into the end zone. Believe that might bring this big disc back though, as Crystal Dos Santos brings it in the end zone. Will in fact come back to her sister. Malinowski and Dos Santos matching up. Around break here to the goal line. Just out of the reach of Sarah Ennis. Excuse me, Molly Lewis running onto that one. Coming close to bringing it in. Tajima walking it up for the Boston offense here. Another chance for what would be a hold here still for Brute Squad. Aaron Rea now with the disc on the sidelines. One of the few times all tournament so far that Boston has trailed as the disc bounces off Tajima's hands. A lot of uncharacteristic turnovers early on in this game from Brute Squad. Brute Squad playing in a straight upwind downwind game against Russia's Brilliance yesterday, managing to handle that fairly well in a 15-12 win. Launched upfield here in the area of Dos Santos, but just a little bit too far. Chen looking downfield, could not connect with Dos Santos. Pretty much operating as a punt there for this Sixers offense, as they'll set up again. Molly Lewis going up, knocking it away, and Sixers now with a chance to break starting on the goal line. Lewis will wait to pick this one up as Sixers sets up the red zone offense. The around break, finding McLeod. A call here, not going to affect the throw, but will stop play. Dos Santos now, Britt Dos Santos on the goal line. Dos Santos patiently looking for a reset. Lewis now on the goal line. Excellent end zone defense so far from Brute Squad, continuing to push Sixers back. Around again, Lewis looking for the break into the end zone. That'll be another break for Sixers, going up 5-3 now, jumping out to an early lead. Toronto converting on an important upwind break. Now looking for an opportunity to make it 2 in a row. Going downwind here. Brute Squad, of course, looking to get back on track. A little bit of early adversity here. Still a lot of time left in this one. Brute Squad, I mentioned earlier, though, trailed very few times so far in this tournament. Entering today's game 5-0, beating Japan Uno in the first game of the day for them. 14-12 in a tight contest. Zone look here from 6ixers. The wind certainly calls for it. Angela Zhu and Juliana Murphy, the two former Dartmouth handlers, working together, trying to find some openings downfield. Number 17, Zhu, one of the top players on this Brute Squad team, a Callahan winner back in 2017 at Dartmouth. Dartmouth, of course, winning back-to-back national championships now in the women's division. As 6ixers crumble into a person defense. Zhu running the offense here, going every other. Megan Wilson now with the disc. Wilson back around, finding Zhu. Zhu thought about breaking it to Wong. 6ixers doing a good job of slowing down the Brute Squad offense. Thrown up to Cami Groom here. Excuse me, Julian Werfely batted around and brought in by Werfely in the end. Excellent awareness there from Werfely to track that disc after it got swatted. Lots of handler movement here from Brute Squad as the team has been unable for the most part to find too many downfield cutters. Zhu now on the goal line. About 10 yards out, trying to punch this in for a Brute Squad hold. Lauren Sadler extending there to bring it in, breaking around. Into the front of the end zone for Rachel Kramer. Sadler to Kramer for an important hold for Brute Squad, preventing the chance for a downwind break for 6ixers. Will now have a chance to downwind break themselves, trailing 5-4. Rachel Kramer scoring that last goal for Brute Squad. A member of the U24 team for the United States, competing in Perth, Australia, bringing home a gold medal against Team Canada in the women's division. Formerly playing at Tufts, along with several of her teammates here on Brute Squad. Brute Squad looking to get a downwind break here to try and get back on track and knot this game up. Beaudry here for the 6ixers offense. Kimura now with the disc, matching up with Shelly Cohen. Kimura upfield, finding Innes. Innes looking along the sidelines there, trying to find Bobak. Knocked away, though, by Brute Squad. Cami Groom doing a good job to close down the space. Cohen will pick up here. Brute Squad looking to break. Taking a shot right off the bat, looking for Sophia Holbert. Holbert reading it well and bringing it in on a layout. Excellent grab by Sophia Holbert, the rookie on Brute Squad, knotting it up with a break here, tied at 5. Big break for Boston there. Hauled in there by Sophia Holbert to get Boston back on track, knotting this game up at 5. Tulsa Douglas to pull once again for Brute Squad. Long hanging pull into the wind. Conchita taking a shot, and I believe getting it blocked there by Brute Squad. Vicky Nagus getting her hand in the way and forcing that huck out of bounds. Douglas bringing it in for the Brute Squad offense, around to Angela Zhu. Douglas back to Zhu, playing small ball. Zhu thought about taking a shot there. Call downfield, gonna halt play. Pick call, I believe. Some different signals here at WIFDIF tournaments than what I'm used to seeing when following along with the United States USA Ultimate. Kick block there by Baudry on Angela Zhu, getting it back for 6ixers. Layout attempt from Brute Squad, unable to bring it in is Rachel Kramer. Mara now on the goal line, thought about the inside break. Kinoshita. Bobak now, about 10 yards away, looking to punch it in for a hold here for Toronto. Wind picking up as well. Kimura into the end zone, knocked away by Sadler. Excellent layout from Sadler. think we might have a call here. Forcing this one back. Sadler walking off the field with an injury, I believe. Cassie Wong will come in here for a Brute Squad. Looking for Kid at the front of the end zone there. Kimura trying to fit it in. Could not complete it. Lauren Sadler with an excellent layout D to prevent a goal. Brute Squad with another chance to break now. Douglas once again. A round throw from Megan Wilson. Up to Vicky Nagus. Upfield looking for Douglas, just a bit overthrown. Intercepted there by Kidd. Kinashita now, back to Kidd. Upfield for Marin. Kimura creating some space into the end zone. Excellent cut from Kimura. Finding herself some space in the front of the end zone and punching it in for a Sixers hold. 6-5 is the crowd letting Sixers hear it. Another hold there for Sixers. Getting back on track after allowing a pair of Boston breaks. Britt Dos Santos pulling upwind. Excellent catch there on the pull from Hannah Henkin. Looked a little questionable at first. Sinnekroop, the flick up to Rhea. Back to Sinnekroop. Quick movement from Boston. Count rising. Tajima almost knocked away there. Tingle coming close to getting the D. Tajima back to Sinnekroop. Nice little over-the-top grab. Unbelievable catch, over-the-top throw. And a catch from Hannah Henkin into the end zone, but it's going to come back. Pick call there. Alana Schwam in the end zone, but not going to count quite yet for Brute Squad. Henkin getting the disc back here. To Tajima. Stall count rising for Tajima. Has to put it up. Finds Leanne Hoffman. Excellent layout there from Sixers. Coming in just a few inches away from knocking it away. Trying to get it to the goal line here. Another layout to save possession. Schwam making the play. Former UMass standout. Tajima now on the goal line. Inside throw to Sinnekroop. And a hold for Brute Squad. Excellent patient offense along the goal line. Some great effort to ensure that Boston gets the hold and ties it up at 6. Brute Squad calling a timeout after that last point. Taking a chance to collect itself as this first half starts to come to a close. Worfully with the pull. Blading backhand downfield. Kimura now picking up the roller. Beaudry middle of the field. Bit of a zone look here from Brute Squad. Falling back into a person defense now. Patient offense so far from Sixers. Sixers fresh off of its first ever Canadian National Championship in the 2017. Team relatively new, just created in 2016. Kimura taking a rip downfield in the area of Jordan Moran. Moran laying out. Maron bringing it in. The captain making things happen in the end zone for Toronto. 7-6 Sixers. Jordan Maron with the excellent layout grab for the goal there for Sixers. Part of the mixed team for Team Canada at the World Ultimate Guts Championship back in 2016 in London. Also a captain for this Sixers team. Brute Squad back on O. Different zone look here for Sixers. Trying to make it a little bit more difficult for Brute Squad to hold going downwind, and accomplishing that as the throw to Sinnekroop is very low and unable to be completed. upfield, unable to bring it in as Sarah Burke inches away. Foul call on the throw, though. Joey Shung calling the foul. Shung, one of the captains actually for the developmental squad in Toronto. Toxic. And is playing with the team just for Worlds. We'll be going back to Toxic following the World Ultimate Club Championships. On the goal line now to Jeanette Kwok. Stall count rising. Kwok puts a hammer up into the end zone. Nice play from Brute Squad, knocking it away. Aaron Rhea getting the D. Sinicrobe now with the disc. To JoJo Emerson, the former tough standout, making her way onto Brute Squad after having played with Boston Siege back in 2016. Sinicrope, longtime player in Boston, very decorated player as well, making 2 different appearances on the World Juniors team for the U.S. Taking a shot now, looking for Sinicrope in the end zone, just going to be out of play though. Decent look there. Jesse Grignon-Tomas trying to find Sinicrope in the end zone, but just drifting out of play. The wind. The 2006 and 2008 World Juniors teams for the United States. Upline cut right off the bat. And a turnover here. We have a call in the stack, I believe. I don't know if it's going to affect this play, but the throw coming right off the bat from 6ixers. Just a little bit over the outstretched arms of Joey Shung. JoJo Emerson talking this one out here with Nico Bircht. Ensuing debate results with Boston Brute Squad getting the disc back. Henkin breaking it to JoJo Emerson. Rhea on the goal line now for Brute Squad. Up line to Sinicrope, and Sinicrope punches it in for the hold. Tying this game up at 7. Next point takes half. Tied at 7 now. Both teams needing just one more point here to put it away for half. This will be the final point of the first half, no matter who scores it. Brute Squad hoping to break and get that lead back before halftime. Shelly Cohen getting ready to pull here. Cohen, the runner-up for the Callahan Award back in 2014 at UNC. Also a member of the 2013 U23 team competing for the United States at Worlds. Straight up right now from Brute Squad, trying to prevent a huck here. Lauren Sadler marking up with Beaudry. Innes coming underneath. Beaudry with the around to Bobek. Warfully almost knocking it away from Kimura. Kimura around to Bobek. Up to Maron. Maron with the break around to Kin. That's going to be the goal that closes the first half for 6ixers. 6ixers will take the 8-7 lead into halftime. Toronto with a surprising lead here at the break. Second half just about got underway here. 6ixers leading 8-7. Receiving as well, coming out of half. Brute Squad with some work to do in the second half to try and get back on track. Definitely the favorite of these two teams. Beat 6ixers last year at the U.S. Northeast Regionals, 15-8. And is the higher seed in this tournament after being the runner-up at Nationals in the United States last year. Sarah Kidd with the disc. Kidd, nice break around, finding Marin. Back upfield and bobbled. Innes turning it over. Brute Squad with a chance to break right away here, going downwind. Upfield to Zoo. Shelly Cohen working to get open on Sarah Kidd. Stall call here. Uncontested stall call. Baudry stalling out Angela Zhu. Going to be a turnover going back over to Toronto. Kimura picking up here. Pick called right off the bat. Lead to a short stoppage here. A win for Toronto would have them top this power pool and give them, theoretically, an easier matchup as they head into the pre-quarter and quarter rounds. Pick call here. Shot downfield for Bobak. Don't know if that'll end up affecting. It's going to come back. Baudry with a beautiful upwind flick hawk, but going to come back in the end. Toronto 6ixers popping up in 2016 after Capitals folded. Capitals competed at the United States Nationals from 2005 to 2015, making the finals in 2010. It was a collection of squads from the Ottawa area, including Ottawa Stella, as Cami Groom gets the block for Boston, taking a shot downfield in the direction of Groom. Groom trying to track it down, unable to get there. Boston looking for the quick strike goals, going this direction, challenging Toronto to work it upwind. Going back to Capitals, there's a number of teams combined there. It was Stella, Lotus, and PFF. All three of those teams winning national championships in Canada at some point during the 10 years that Capitals was in existence. Baudry hucking it downfield. Nice read from Cohen, knocking it away. Well short of the intended target anyway. The wind continuing to pick up and knock around some of these flicks. Zhu flipping it to Groom. Groom on the goal line. Trying to find Caitlin Lee, unable to get there. Good mark so far from Bobak. Inside look for Zhu. Zhu laying out the Dartmouth-Callahan winner, making it 8-8 now with a break out of half for Boston Brute Squad. Brute Squad getting back on track and certainly looking like they are far from going away. Brute Squad getting the break out of half, tying it up at 8 now. Angela Zhu with an excellent grab there on the inside flick. Shelly Cohen pulling upwind. Zone look here from Boston. Giving Sixers something else to think about here. And just like that, Sixers turning it over. Boston with a chance for an upwind break now. Tulsa Douglas picks up. Looking for Hannah Henkin, can't find her. Looking inside now for Verhollen and just overthrowing Verhollen. Just like that, Boston gives it back. Baudry taking a shot downfield right off the bat. Tingle running onto it, about 10 yards away from the end zone now. Hitting it to Kinoshita. Molly Lewis breaking it around to Britt Dos Santos into the end zone. A hold in the end for Sixers, retaking the lead, 9-8. Brute Squad missing an opportunity to break there. Britt Dos Santos punching it in for the Sixers goal. Quick strike from Toronto as Baudry picked it up and hucked it down to Tingle right off the turnover, setting up the eventual goal. Sinicrope now with the disc. Malinowski unable to bring that one in, just thrown a little bit behind her. Emerson getting the mark on, preventing the downfield throw right away. Break opportunity now for Sixers. Could restore a 2-goal lead after giving it up, and turns it right back over. Both teams a little bit sloppy here. The wind certainly affected some of these throws, but overall just some mental errors in the early goings of the second half. Boston running a split stack, opening up the whole middle of that field to work with. Sinicrope resetting in the center. Got a foul call, I believe. Grignon Tomas sending it back to Sinekrope. Boston retaining possession here. Now up to Grignon Tomas. Emerson finding Hoffman, taking a shot downfield. Excellent grab there just outside the end zone of Schwamm. Flipping it up and very close to punching it in is Jesse Grignon Tomas. Unable to corral that disc. Floating that one over the top. Excellent defense from Grignon Tomas, getting it right back. And a foul call here. Going to stop play once again. Tajima now with the disc for Brute Squad. Sinekrope now. Boston's offense looking a little disjointed right now, trying to find somewhere to go. Lofting into the end zone, just going to come up short. Jeanette Kwok getting underneath that one for Toronto. Giving them another chance to go back and get a break here. Gonna be a tough ask though, have to go 70 yards upwind now. Oh, excellent layout from Sinekrope with a Callahan for Brute Squad. Excellent play from Amber Sinekrope. Unbelievable effort to read the play. Poach block in the end zone. Boston getting the hold in the end, but what an effort from Amber Sinekrope. Tying it up at 9. Unbelievable play there from Amber Sinekrope to tie this game back up at 9. Reeling in the Callahan with an excellent layout catch block in the end zone. Tulsa Douglas now to pull. Boston hoping to ride some of the momentum that Sinekrope just gave her team and turn it into a break here, going upwind. Beaudry with the disc in the middle of the field. Boston running a zone once again, trying to shut down any of these deep looks that Toronto has hit so successfully on so far in this one. Beaudry and Kimura working it upfield. Boston crumbling into a person defense. Oh, almost knocked away there by Vicky Nagus. Kimura now with the disc. Beaudry around. Good seal there by Caitlin Lee, preventing the break around from Beaudry. Continuing to force Toronto backfield. Pick called. Marin and Tulsa Douglas involved in the altercation there. Kimura going backwards again to Beaudry. Toronto dropping back further and further here. Great upfield defense so far from Boston. Just over the outstretched reach of Sarah Marr for Holland, closing down. Tulsa Douglas taking a rip downfield, looking for Marr. Kimura in the area. Gonna just float out of reach of everyone in the end and fall harmlessly to the turf. Douglas wanting to hit in a quick strike fashion there. However, it does give Boston a chance to reset this zone. Kimura now, still continuing to play small ball. Hammer over the top, finding Bobak. Great throw there from Kimura. Innes. Upfield now, finding Marin. Looking for Kidd in the end zone, not going to get there. A pick called. Stopping play once again. Kramer and Beaudry matching up now in that handler space. Boston struggled to contain Beaudry so far in this one. Hitting on a lot of deep shots early on in this game and running this Sixers offense very effectively. Just back with Mara now on the sideline is Tulsa Douglas marking up with her, discussing what the stall camp will come back in on. Final game of power pools for both teams. The winner will top the pool. Beaudry again. Up to Kidd now. Caitlin Lee inches away from getting there, but Kidd unable to bring it in. Turnover again in this red zone for Toronto 6ixers. Lee with the disc now for Brute Squad. Inside throw to Douglas. Douglas wanted to take the rip. No one there. Instead comes underneath for Verholland. Up to Lee. Quick movement from Boston here. Inside. Heath having to track that one down, but brings it in. Heath taking a shot downfield now, putting a little bit underneath it. Looking downfield, and an excellent run on by Sophia Holbert. Upwind break for Boston Brute Squad. Retaking the lead now, 10-9. Boston, another chance here for a downwind break after converting the upwinder. Sixers trailing for the first time in this second half. Different zone look here for Boston. Kimura and Beaudry once again running the handler space for Toronto. Beaudry upfield. Finding Kinoshita. The captain. Getting it back to Beaudry. Beaudry putting it downfield. Cami Groom doing just enough to knock that one away. Trying to undercut it there was Miriam Tingle, but unable to bring it in. Tingle actually works for VC Ultimate, based up in Canada, staying involved in the Ultimate community, and wrote a really great article earlier this season on one of her teammates, actually, for the Canadian Ultimate magazine. Inside throw, tight window there. Megan Wilson taking a rip downfield, looking for Cami Groom. Groom coming underneath. Excellent read by Groom to bring it in. Dobkin clear to the back of the end zone. Looking around and knocked away there. I think we're going to get a foul call, though, in the area of Sadler. Boback almost getting a clean block. Sadler with the disc now. Stall count rising, looking to get rid of it. Bit of a blade over the top, looking for Angela Zhu, and unable to get there. Going to be a turnover as Toronto will get it back on offense now. Another chance for a hold for the Sixers O-line. Get some cloud cover coming in for the first time in the game. Been lots of wind, but not much clouds. It's a welcome break, I'm sure, for the players from the sun. Tingle now coming underneath. Dobkin matching up with her. Dobkin, one of the world's pickup for this Boston Brute Squad team. Cami Groom on the mark now for Boston. Groom, a longtime Boston player. Was first team all-club last year. Named that by Ultiworld in the women's division. Kimura upfield. Finding Tingle. Tingle now. Backhand along the sidelines, and Kinoshita trying to toe the line, unable to bring it in. Another turnover here for the Sixers O-line. Angela Zhu will walk to pick up for Boston now. Both teams struggled at times going upwind in this one, as you would expect. Boston, though, punching in that last upwind break, giving them a chance now for a downwinder to take a 2-point lead. Sadler now with the disc. Toronto running a bit of a zone look here. Playing loose on the cutters downfield. Cami Groom now launching it into the end zone. Into traffic. Knocked away, and Dobkin coming up with the disc in the end zone. Sydney Dobkin reeling it in. Almost knocking it away. Tough point there for Toronto Sixers. Tip disc winds up in the hands of Sydney Dobkin for the goal. Boston now leading 11-9. 2-point lead here for Brute Squad. Much stronger second half for Boston as well after trailing at halftime. Sixers hoping to get back on track here, calling a timeout after that last point to talk things over, reassess what's been going on. Tulsa Douglas with the pull for Boston. Will be a little bit easier this time around as Sixers has a chance to attack downwind. Beaudry picking up. Boston running a different juke look this time. Really trying to contain these handlers. Content to let them move it small, but trying to dissuade the downfield shots. Beaudry and Kimura playing small ball up to Boback. One of the go-to cutters on this Toronto team. Back to Beaudry. Beaudry now not with too many options here. Up line to Boback into the end zone, making it look easy. Toronto 6ixers punching in the 0 point. 10-11 now. They still trail Boston, but making it even closer. Cold there for Toronto, making short work of that Boston zone. 11-10 now. Brute Squad still leading. Sixers, the winners of Pool H, taking on Boston Brute Squad, winners of Pool B. Both teams will be headed to the round of 16. A lot of this will just have to do with seeding and placement and which side of the bracket each team will end up on. Alex Odie upfield now for Boston. Odie getting stuck on that sideline, getting off to Tajima now. Tajima thought about taking a shot downfield. Stall count rising. Cinnacrope now coming back on. Saw her make that sensational play early on in the game for Callahan. Aaron Rea brought in well by Hannah Henkin. Seemed like it was going to float over Henkin's head. Up line for Tajima. Leon Hoffman going to work here. Great coverage though by Kinashina. Cinnacrope about 20 yards away. High release backhand, unable to complete it there, looking for Tajima. Molly Lewis in the area, knocking it away. Another chance here for Toronto. Need an upwind break here to tie things up. Great play by Dos Santos to keep her feet in bounds. Britt Dos Santos up the field. Kinashita taking a shot downfield, looking for Tingle and overthrowing Tingle. Would have been another break for Toronto, leveling this game up at 11. Instead, Brute Squad's offense will have a chance to work its way back down again. Now centering. Upfield now, Alex Odie. One of the members of that U24 team sliding down here. A little bit of contact as well. Tap back in, over to Tajima again. A lot of space for Aaron Rea, floated up, and Tingle undercutting it, getting the D. Tingle launching it downfield, looking for Britt Dos Santos. Dos Santos laying out and bringing it in. Huge break for Toronto Sixers, tying it up at 11. Britt Dos Santos going Superman style to bring that one in. Huge upwind break there for Toronto Sixers, knotting this game up at 11. Chance for a downwind break now for Sixers that would regain the lead as we are starting to approach the cap here in this power pool game. Molly Lewis ripping the pull downfield. Floaty backhand. Juliana Werfely will field. Up to Shelly Cohen. Cassie Wong laying out, unable to bring it in. Tough play for Wong. That throw bobbling up and down in the wind a little bit. Chance for the downwind break here for Sixers. Dos Santos with the disc in the middle of the field. Looking inside. Upfield into the end zone. Jenna McLeod converting the downwind break for Sixers. Leading now 12-11. Unbelievable sequence as Sixers retakes the lead. The backhand pull. Sixers on the verge of a potentially monumental upset. Brute Squad not having trailed for much of their previous 5 games at this tournament. Backs against the wall here. Malinowski with the disc on the sideline. Leanne Hoffman just beating Tingle to the disc. Hoffman taking a shot downfield. Schwab going up and bringing it in. Alana Schwab, incredible effort and play to bring in the goal for Boston, making it tied up at 12 now. Alana Schwab, great throw from Leanne Hoffman. Schwab bringing it in for the goal. Universe point here as Boston gets set to pull to start this final point. Hard cap has got off, so the next team to score will end the game. Squad will need an upwind break here to come away with the win. Sixers just needing to hold downwind, but I have a feeling Boston's not going to make it easy on them. Lauren Sadler on the mark. Picked up by Kimura. Violation called here. Stopping play. Players from all over now filling the sidelines to come watch the end of this one. Kimura back to Beaudry. Nice switch there from Boston. Sadler on the mark. Back to Kimura. Innes now taking off deep. And an unable to get there. Sarah Kidd bringing it in. Kimura upfield to Beaudry. Beaudry inside, just a little behind Bobak, but Bobak manages to make the grab. Up to Kidd. Cammy Groom almost getting that one knocked away. Innes laying out. Toronto knocking on the door of an upset. Kimura trying to find Beaudry. Stall count rising, looking around. And some contact in the end zone as Bobak goes down. Bobak grabbing her ankle. Definitely looking a little bit shaken up after the play. And tight defense there from Boston, but just a little bit too much contact. Jeanette Kwok stepping in. Veteran on this team, one of the captains. Also helps coach the developmental team, Toxic. As Bobak will walk off. Bobak walking off, and Tingle will come in and replace. A foul called as well, so it'll be reset to 0 on the stall count.
Let's go, Sai!
Beaudry with the disc. The 20-year-old with a chance to upset one of America's best teams here. Red zone set here. Stall count rising. Beaudry puts it up into the end zone. Innes comes down with it. And that is the win for Toronto 6ixers. Unbelievable effort here from 6ixers to climb back in the later stages of the second half and pull off the upset over Boston Brute Squad. That'll make them the top of the pool in Pool J. Great finish to this one here as Innes brings it in on the inside throw from Beaudry. Incredible game. 13-12 the final. Toronto 6ixers coming away with a great finish to this one. Although, as I'm saying all of this, I think we're going to continue. So it turns out the game is not quite over yet. Big point still for Toronto. Scorekeeper a little bit confused about when the cap was going off. And this game will continue on. Toronto leading 13-12. Brute Squad with a chance here to go downwind. Tajima picking up for Boston. A lot of intensity in that last point. Made it seem like universe point to me. However, still waiting on what will be the final point of this one here. Tajima up line. Thinking about taking a shot downfield to Alex Odie. Henkin now with the disc. Henkin, formerly of Michigan, one of the U24 members, and throwing into a block there. Run through block for Toronto. Brito Santos picking up. Finding Molly Lewis. Chen with the disc now. Marked by Leanne Hoffman. And Molly Lewis looking ahead too far and just bobbling that one. Dropping it to the turf. JoJo Emerson picking up, ripping it downfield for Leanne Hoffman. Hoffman tracking it down, bringing it in. That'll be a goal for Brute Squad. Tying it back up at 13. Emerson to Leanne Hoffman, making it look easy in transition. This will actually be universe net point now between these two teams. Boston Brute Squad still needing to break up win to end this one. Circumstances very similar to the last time I thought it was universe point. Tied at 13 here. Sixers still on the doorstep of what would be a huge upset here in Power Pool J. Allie Heath with a big pull downfield. Nice floating backhand. Plenty of time for that Boston defense to get down there. Kimura to Beaudry. Beaudry now finding Innes. Innes just out of her reach. Turnover here and a chance for Boston to come away with a come from behind win. We'll have to work it upwind here. Angela Zhu set to pick up, the former captain of the U20 team back in 2014. Up to Cassie Wong. Wong finding Rachel Kramer with a lot of space. Kramer now looking to get off the sidelines. Stall count rising. Throwing it over the top. A little bit of miscommunication. Layout there from Allie Heath. Can't bring it in. The Sixers get it back. Kimura going to pick up. We got something called downfield. We're going to have a stoppage in play once again. A pick call, I believe, by Baudry. Or on Baudry by Angela Zhu. Sixers just needing to hold down win here to finish this one out and close down Pool J as the winners. Would set them up as the top seed out of this pool and put them into the round of 16 as what would be the spot of the number 2 seed in the tournament. Britt Dos Santos back to Kimura. Zhu on the mark. Up to Innes. Innes bringing this one in. Innes thought about taking a shot downfield at Boback. Back to Baudry. Kimura again. Kimura back around to Baudry. Lots of patience from Toronto so far as it floats up into the air. Allie Heath knocking around, almost brought in. Unbelievable effort there as Innes had about 6 or 7 chances to close that one down. Allie Heath unable to control the D, giving Innes a chance at it. But no harm done in the end as Boston looking upfield. Excellent play there to save possession. Taking a shot downfield, point blocked, but it's going to float right down to Vicky Nagus. This point has got everything so far. Upfield to Rachel Kramer now. Kramer swinging it back around and turfing it, looking for Caitlin Lee. Unbelievable sequence from both teams. Just pressing a little bit too much here in the final stages. Allie Heath trailing Innes. Innes to Kimura. Tingle taking a shot downfield. Caitlin Liu giving chase. Tingle into the end zone, unable to bring it in. Coming inches away from a game-winning goal there. Caitlin Lee just slightly beat there. Angela Zhu will walk to pick up once again here. Sidelines filling up here as everyone is pouring in to watch the conclusion of this one. Tied at 13, Universe point here. Boston Brute squad looking to complete the comeback in the second half. Sixers looking to pull off a huge upset here. The 2017 Callahan winner looks to her former Boston teammate in Caitlin Lee. Lee to Zhu. Zhu stumbling here. Baudry on the mark. Flipping up to Lee. Lee snagging it out of the air. Nagus now with the disc. Britt Dos Santos on her. Great defense from Baudry, and Baudry does enough to knock it away. Baudry will pick up here, looking for Dos Santos downfield. Gonna stay a little more patient here. Deep cut from Innes. Having to put it back. Kimura laying out to save possession now for Toronto. Upfield, floating away. Britt Dos Santos able to bring it in. And a layout there from Nagus, doing just enough to force the incompletion. Zhu again with the disc. Boston with yet another chance to break here on Universe Point. Stall count rising. And upfield there, finding unbelievable downfield Boston receiver wide open. Sophia Holbert, now Lee with the disc. Inside, finding Nagus. I think we're going to get a pick call, Akil, which will stop play once again. Nagus with the disc, just about 15 yards away from what would be a break to win the game for Boston. Tensions rising here for both teams, and legs certainly start to weigh heavy on this final point. Nagus upfield to Lee. Now to Cassie Wong. Wong into the end zone. Holbert laying out and bringing it in. Incredible finish to this one. Unbelievable effort from Boston Brute squad to finish it out. Complete the comeback in the second half and win on double game point over Toronto Sixers. Your final here, 14-13. Incredible finish here to this Pool J power pool game. Boston Brute squad avoiding the upset. Incredible effort from Toronto Sixers in what was an unbelievable showing from the squad from Toronto. Boston Brute Squad will move on to the round of 16, keeping their spot as the 2 seed. Toronto 6ixers will have to know they came that close. Showed a lot in this game, showed they very much can hang with these top U.S. squads. That'll do it here from Lebanon, Ohio. I've been Chris McGlynn alongside Akshat Rajan. Thank you everyone for watching.